Josh Giddey has put on an incredible display in his sophomore season with the Oklahoma City Thunder that has fans asking the big question: is Josh Giddey the next LeBron James? Although he's only had 2 seasons in the NBA, that's enough for some experts to think he may be one of the next all-stars in the sport. Let's start at the beginning of the rookie's professional career. As the number 6 pick, the expectations of the player weren't incredibly high. The 6'8" Australian point guard exceeded those initial expectations of him. He won 4 straight Western Conference Rookie of the Month titles before going back down in the rankings. Still, he put up solid numbers. Although his season was cut short, his games demonstrated potential. In his 54 games, Giddey scored an average of 12.5 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, and 6.4 assists. His shot rate at the time left a bit to be desired, with 41.9% from the floor and 26.3% from the three-point zone. Despite the low shot rate, he hit tough shots and had a solid free throw rate of 70.9%. His performance was even better when he compensated for the absence of his counterpart, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. In those 13 games, the rookie averaged 16.4 points, 9 rebounds, and 8.1 assists. Giddey clearly had room to grow in the league. Experts noted that a good plan for the Thunder would be to surround him with shooters. The Aussie demonstrated good passing instincts and the potential to grow with the right teammates. Josh Giddey ended up sticking around with the Thunder for his second season. That paid dividends, as he showed remarkable improvement, especially in the areas that needed it, like his shooting. The young Australian managed to up his three-point shot range from 26.3% to 32.5%. He did so with an offseason focused on the team's overall shooting ability. Although he still has room for improvement in that area, he once again showed that his passing ability is where he truly shines. His assist rate stayed consistent, going from 6.4 to 6.2. Still, it's a valuable skill to have on a pro team. His rebounding numbers were also up from his rookie season, averaging 7.9 rebounds per game in his most recent season. His height definitely helps with that. Overall, he became a better asset to the team. Giddey's rebounding in his second season was ranked within the top 30 of the league. His assist numbers ranked even higher at the 20th best spot in the league. That just shows that he is on a steady path to becoming a top player in the NBA. In his second season, Josh Giddey also managed an accomplishment that got people's attention, as well as his name being mentioned with LeBron's in the same breath. What did he do that was so notable? The young athlete became the 3rd youngest player to ever reach 500 assists in the NBA. Considering how short his career had been up until that point, it's a noteworthy achievement. Who are the youngest and 2nd youngest players to reach 500 assists in the league? They are LeBron James and Stephon Marbury, respectively. Having his name that close to LeBron's began comparisons. Giddey also hit more notable milestones that put him in elite company. He became the 4th player ever to reach 1,000 points and 700 rebounds in 100 games or less. With his 90th game, he joined Luka Doncic, Ben Simmons, and Grant Hill. Hitting those milestones so early in his career shows fans and experts that he can hang with the best players. That is another factor contributing to people calling him the next LeBron James. Many see this as him just scratching the surface of his potential, with others saying that it's entirely possible he'll become a legend in the league. With Giddey coming from Australia, it's hard not to compare him with another star athlete from the country. That athlete is Ben Simmons, who already had those milestones by his 80th game. Unlike Giddey, Simmons came to the league as the number 1 pick. In his most recent season, he struggled to maintain momentum. He started with the Brooklyn Nets after sitting out the majority of the previous seasons with the 76ers. The biggest criticism of the player is his shooting ability. It's gotten to the point where he's one of several concerns for the New York team. That problem was made worse when Simmons had to be benched with a knee injury. Despite the poor performance, Giddey defended his fellow Aussie. He called for fans to be patient with the player. He added that Simmons is just getting a fresh start with the Nets, and once he gets his footing, he'll be back to his best form. Giddey also called his fellow player an all-star and one of the best in the league. The young athlete finished that by saying he hoped they could play together on the Boomers. Australia's team on the global stage. That positive and supportive attitude shows just how uplifting Josh could be. Giddey's record and talent also have fans speculating whether he'll be the greatest Australian player in the league. In addition to his previous accolades, being the youngest player to record a triple-double put him on the map. With him already competing against LeBron, his idol, he's shown that he has what it takes to be on top. With that, it's clear that he does in fact have the potential to be the greatest Australian player in the NBA. He talked about that particular game and the moment he was sent onto the court. He expressed that it was surreal coming face-to-face with his idol to guard him on the court.
Giddey hounded by Beverly. Giddey with the handles and the...
Noting, "I had to try to stop him. He's obviously a strong guy. It was a tough task." That, of course, is an understatement, given LeBron's record as one of the best in the league. But the All-Star did miss a shot, a fadeaway to be exact, and Giddey took pride in his role in that. What have other athletes said about the Australian point guard? The King himself spoke about the rising star a year after their first encounter on the court. When asked to comment on Giddey specifically, James said, "Josh Giddey is really good, man." He cited the player's height and how that helped him as a point guard. James also said that Giddey is a triple-double type of playmaker every single night because of his ability to rebound at his side, his distinctive passing, and he has the ability to score in the paint. That is all high praise and recognition from one of the most consistent MVPs in the league. He went on to say that the OKC Thunder is a solid team overall. That respect from LeBron is probably another big motivator for Giddey. What has the Australian player said about himself and his career? Josh Giddey has mostly expressed what his aspirations are for the sport. He said, "I want to win as many championships as I can, all with the Thunder. That kind of loyalty to the team that brought him into the league is admirable." He then laid out the path he envisioned. He said, "I know we're young, but I think we can take it one step at a time. First, make the playoffs, and then win some rounds. You can't make the jump from being a rebuilding team to winning a championship in 1 year." The awareness that his team is slowly building its way up is also good. He noted that altogether, they're a young, hungry group, eager to give their everything on the court. With that attitude, you can't help but root for them. Given what we've seen so far, it looks like a lot of fans will continue to watch their ascent in the league, especially Giddey's. With that, we come back to the central question. Is Josh Giddey the next LeBron James? All the evidence, his performance, his records, and his milestones make a case for him being an all-star. We'll have to keep watching to see if he taps into that potential. When they sync up, there's a good chance they'll be unstoppable, and Giddey will be recognized as the GOAT. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.